Hey guys, Sure John coming at you with another Diablo Immortal video. This is going to be a fun one. As of recording this, we are 2 months and 4 days past the launch of Diablo Immortal. What this means for you as a viewer is it's time to start talking about, okay, does Diablo Immortal have longevity? Is the game dying? Are we all screwed? Or is this game about to go straight up to the ceiling and we're going to take it to the moon? All right, so let's talk about a few things. One, everybody knows that Diablo Immortal, it's got a lot of hate, right? Like, it's got a lot of toxicity. I'm sure you've seen it on my channel. I'm sure you've seen it on other people's channels where everyone's like, yo, like, this game is trash, don't play it. Or, yo, this is predatory, blah, 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 blah. You got Asmongold just dunked on the game. We got Quinn69, deleted it, 50, like, however many $1,000 he spent, just straight up deleted it. I did a video earlier last month, after a month of the game being out, talking about the health of the game. Same as today. We're 2 months later, and let's talk about the health of Diablo Immortal. Let's talk about where is it at, where's it sitting, what you should be aware of, right? So let's talk about the big elephant in the room. Is most people know that Diablo Immortal has definitely pulled in some money. As you can see here right now, this is last month's income. We got 2 million downloads last month and $15 million revenue. This is only for Android. This is only for Android, and this is US based. So a couple things I want to point out here. One, you have country of origin, US. We have 2 million downloads. We had 15 million downloads just in Android last month. And actually, if we go and we search this, so let's say we pull this up and we go to Apple, because Apple's going to be a little bit more honest. Apple's even worse. 1 million downloads, 20 million revenue. So that means a lot more people are spending money on the game that are playing Apple products than they are with Android products. Another thing to note, see that the July 8th, there is a spike of reviews. Now, for those of you watching, a lot of people will be like, John, I don't care about this data because this is just reviews. Well, why do you think they have reviews that get generated every day? This is because as people download the game, it pops up within the first hour, 2 hours or so, and asks for you to review the game. As you keep continuing to play the game, about a month later, it asks you to review the game again. It's very, I wouldn't call it predatory. It's just statistically, it's the right thing to do, right? All mobile games do this. This is not something that is just like this doesn't make any sense, or this is not average. Like, this is what games do in general. So notice that we're at $35 million just in the US for last month spent. Okay, $35 million on month 2 after all the negative toxicity that's been out there. This should tell you guys something. This should definitely tell you something like, okay, is this the game that's for me? Is this game gonna die or whatever? We are 2 months in and it's $35 million in revenue. And actually, I don't even think Sensor Tower will give me the data that I'm really looking for the, because I would really love to see what it did in China. Because let's be honest here, when it comes to Diablo Immortal, and it doesn't not look like it's gonna give me the China the side of things, unfortunately. That's very unfortunate. But because I don't have that data, we can't see exactly what it was, but I'm sure it's gonna be something pretty insane, because this is mostly just for the US, not for everything named together. But we know that Diablo Immortal within the first 2 months has made $100 million in revenue. Okay. This is nuts. So, and I wanted to talk about this because this is Sensor Tower. This is the same exact website. This is Sensor Tower that I'm getting this data from. This is like one of the known, well-used, most everybody uses this website for kind of understanding and generating hype. And if a game is dying, not dying, what's download looks like, what's revenue looks like. A lot of people pay premium subscriptions to see that type of breakdown through this website. So when we bring up this chart, which VG Charts is using, all right, so you can see that VG Charts is actually using the Sensor Tower data, like just like what I was showing you here, and you can see they actually broke it down. So at first glance, you would kind of think that, hey, this is 22. Like, you'd think that Final Fantasy 15 was the best or the fastest game to reach $100 million in the 2 month time span. In fact, Pokemon Go was number 1. Pokemon Go only took, 2 weeks to hit $100 million. It took 22 weeks for Final Fantasy 15 to hit $100 million. Diablo 4 took 8 weeks to hit $100 million. That's insane. Literally the second highest for mobile gaming. This in itself should tell you guys how everything kind of plays out. Fire Emblem Heroes is a very, very popular gacha game, right? Fortnite, everybody knows Fortnite. Everybody loves Fortnite. And the funniest thing about this, honestly, is so going off these metrics, I don't know if you guys understand when these games released, but Pokemon Go was years ago. Final Fantasy 15 came out in the heyday of Game of War Fire Age. I played that game myself. I probably dropped maybe close to 30 grand. Unfortunately, it was bad. Dark times. But I'm competitive, so I love to play it. I love to spend on it, and I had a lot of fun playing the game. And then this came out, and they kind of put the end to Game of War Fire Age. But we are literally talking 8 weeks into Diablo Immortal's release. It hit the $100 million mark. That is second in mobile gaming. That's insane. So this tells you a lot of things about Diablo Immortal, as far as a lot of the longevity that Diablo Immortal will actually have if it can hit those kind of numbers and it's still being played today. This is nuts. So Diablo Immortal is super successful. That's what this tells us. This literally tells us that people playing Diablo Immortal are enjoying it. They're bringing in a new crowd because majority of players that are playing Diablo Immortal are not your everyday Diablo players. People playing Diablo Immortal aren't the D3, D2 resurrected players. And honestly, when we talk about D2, D3, we can pull up some metrics. We're gonna pull them up here in just a minute where we talk about like, okay, how is Diablo Immortal competing against D2, D3? Because Diablo Immortal is literally bringing in a landscape that I don't think a lot of people are really classifying as players, as people who play in the game. Because they're like, yo, like, obviously we got a lot of negative reviews here. As you look through here, this is like kind of like for each positive review, you're seeing about 2-to-1 ratio, even up all the way up until like, well, the other day, August 1st is the last recorded here. It looks like, or August 5th. And it had 8 positive, 6 negative. So it's not maybe not 2-to-1 exactly, but it's still quite a bit of negative review, right? I'm sure if I pull up Raid Shadow Legends, it'll be something a little similar, right? Because everyone just memes and dunks on that game, so it's got to be trash. Well, it's not actually a bad game. Unfortunately, it is just a very pricey game, so that's why everyone doesn't play it. But I digress. The point I'm trying to make here is that the fact that Diablo Immortal itself has made over $100 million in 2 months of being launched. Last month alone, it made $35 million. The only other market it marketed to was China, and I don't even have that data. So did it really make 100 million in 2 months, or did it actually make more? Because we don't have that data. We don't have that information. Like, honestly, come on, let's talk about it. Like, what do you guys think? Like, how much is Diablo Immortal printing? We've had so much hype around the game. We've had so much negativity around the game. I think a lot of people like really don't understand that even though there's this negativity that's getting talked about and said when it comes to Diablo Immortal, all publicity is good. All publicity is good. Like Master Roll quitting, they didn't do nothing. Ain't nobody care. Asmongold saying, hey, this game sucks. Ain't nobody care. Quinn69 showing, oh, I'm gonna spend all this money and then I'm gonna delete my account. No one cares. The proof is in the pudding. Proof is in the pudding. Even if you look at the reviews, you look at the downloads, you look at the bell curve. So literally here's the Apple bell curve. So notice that we were high right as soon as launch happened. Now we're starting to normalize a little bit more. And let's talk about, like, let's pull back up again, right? Let's pull back up again with Android, because most people are, let's be honest, they're playing Android or they're playing on the Blizzard client, and I can't see that data, unfortunately. But it's normalizing. See, it's stayed up here. This is free games, and notice it's normalizing. Diablo Immortal is normalizing, and this is going to be the average. So we're at like 319 here, a low of about 319 right here. So within 2 weeks time, 319 is about the average here. Honestly, that's really good. 319 downloads a day. Like, that shows great stability, shows great strength, shows great just growth in general as a game. Yes, I understand a lot of people are like, oh, well, these comments are dumb. Well, you know what? People ask for 1-star bombs. They ask for all this type of stuff. Metacritic, blah, 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 blah. I don't even know what Metacritic is or how to report it. So if I'm a content creator and I don't even do that kind of stuff, like, is this kind of fluffed, or is this Reddit being toxic as it is and kind of trying to fluff the game? I don't know. Let's just call a spade a spade. Diablo Immortal is what it is. It is more of a microtransaction type Diablo game, unfortunately. We'll be honest with ourselves when it comes to this. Let's also be honest with ourselves, it's still the newest Diablo game that we've had, and a lot of people are playing it, And I'm happy that they're playing it because they're bringing in new players. Everyone is like, oh, Diablo Immortal's terrible. It's trash. It's garbage. Yo, think about this for a second. Diablo's slowly been dying, and I'll prove it to you. So let's pull up. So this is the streaming chart for Diablo Immortal currently, right? You can see we're normalizing. Yeah, we're normalizing. Unfortunately, it's down. Average viewers is down 20%. Broadcasters is down 10%. That's about what you want to see. That's unfortunately that happens when you lose 10% of your broadcasters. You should lose some viewership. That's pretty normal. It should be 2 to 1. Honestly, that's a pretty good ratio. Usually this should be a lot higher ratio. But no, that's not bad. It's not terrible. But overall, the trend is down as far as watching Diablo Immortal. Now, let's talk about like D2, right? Diablo 2 Resurrected was the last Diablo game that came out before this came out, right? So this should have been like the creme de creme. People were hyped about this, right? You can see here that, oh, we got upward, downward, upward, downward, upward, downward. Let's talk about it. Average viewers is going up, and this is less than the average viewers for Diablo Immortal. Broadcasters is going up. That's bad. When more viewers are, viewers going up is great. Broadcasters going up is okay, but this means that we gained 22 more average viewers and 58 more people started playing the game and started broadcasting, streaming the game. That's not a good look. Average views per channel is 51. Ratio is 14.8. It's not great. That's really not great. So let's talk about Diablo 3. Diablo 3 just hit a new season. New season just launched. So hypothetically, within the next 2 to 3 days, that should be like the prime time for Diablo 3 because of a new season, right? And as you can see here, you can see the up and down bell curve, same as what you'll see for Path of Exile. Average viewers and viewer ratio is 18.7. It's still lower than Diablo Immortal. Broadcasters is going up. Average viewers is plummeting. Oh my God, it's 519 average viewers. Now, everyone who makes a comment and says, John, average viewers streaming, this doesn't matter. This does not show an accurate representation of a game. I can tell you right now it does. I can tell you right here and now it does. And the reason why I say that is because as more people play games, right, they want to look up guides, they look up information. Even if it's quick information, they want to see how the game is played, they want to check it out. When you lose that type of engagement, what you're losing is your marketing, right? And this is just basic business tactics. So this correlates like almost a 1-to-1. Yes, there will be some oddities out there, but not that many. And really, there won't be that many. And honestly, I would be curious to see what Path of Exile is doing right now because they're also in a lull because of League Start coming up. I went a little too quickly here. Path of Exile, please pop up what it is. Because this is the other main competition for any Diablo content, right? Like everybody knows Path of Exile. Why is there two? Why is there? Oh, that's mobile. We don't want to talk about mobile. But as you can see here, like average viewers is going up for Diablo or for Path of Exile. Max viewers is going up. Broadcasters is going down. Like this is a great metric right here, right? This is amazing. Aspect ratio is 58.4 compared to even Diablo Immortal. So Diablo Immortal still has some growing pains. Like we gotta like get as high as Path of Exile because that's our competition. But overall, it's still doing better than the other Diablos. So this is telling me that hey, this game isn't that terrible. It's really not. It's still just as fun. We're setting records. That's pretty impressive, to be honest with you. How many of you out there contributed to their growth and to their 100 million that they got? Be honest with yourselves in the comments. I'm at $2,185, and I'll say that with a clear conscience. I'm okay with it. I knew I spent the money. I knew what I got. I knew what I didn't get, and it is what it is. Let me know in the comments below. What's your thought on this? Do you feel like Diablo Immortal is stabilizing, or do you feel like Diablo Immortal is just complete utter trash and the game's done for? Let me know in the comments below. I appreciate you all. Thank you so much for watching me go through this data. If this is something you like, leave a comment down below. I love making these type of videos. I'm all about the numbers. I'm all about the data. And I can't wait to catch you guys in the next video. Have a good rest of your day. Peace.